Oh my goodness, we're all here. It's we're ready, and it's exciting. Welcome back to another Mike Cybert Radio podcast live stream. This time celebrating CybFest Northwest 2024. It is our CybFest Northwest 2024 dealer spotlight show. I am your host, and if you are watching on the live stream video or on the replay, you can see that I am not here alone. I am joined by a variety of CybFest dealers. There may be a couple other folks that join us as the show rolls along. It'll be kind of like a watch out for hop-ons. There might be folks hopping on and hopping off as we go. This is actually a tradition that we started last year with the Dealer Spotlight live stream, where we just did a gathering of a variety of different types of dealers that will be exhibiting at CybFest Northwest. Again, that is coming up this Saturday, you guys. How about that? Are we getting nervous, excited? Where are we kind of at temperature wise for this upcoming CybFest on Saturday?
It's coming up soon. Sure.
Yeah. Bit of both.
Yeah.
Together.
I've got
I
couple
say,
of orders.
I got to equate if I had to equate my feelings into a Transformer character, I would say Red Alert. That's what I would say.
Oh my goodness, with like all the anxiety and stuff, with like the glowing head,
little like bugs,
bags under his eyes. You don't understand. Oh my god, that dude is stone cold crazy in that episode. But anyway, we're anxious and excited to talk about our convention, which is now in its 11th year. It's the 11th annual CybFest Northwest, coming up this Saturday. If you want to learn more about the show, head to the website CybFest NW, CYBFESTNW.com to learn more about how to get to the Kent Commons Community Center and how much tickets are and all the other cool stuff that we're going to be talking about. Or you could check out any number of my recent past podcasts over the last couple weeks. We've had a variety of guests on to talk about how excited we are about the show. But what we're going to do in this show is talk dealers. And I could tell you, in fact, even like when we've had Ben and Whirl and some of the other folks on from the organization team, we could talk about how excited we are. But I ain't selling anything. So I think it's important to get the perspective of folks who have actual skin in the game, that have purchased tables and they're going to put their wares out, and hopefully you will come out and buy them. So we're going to chat about that. And actually, before right before I start going around the room and we do brief introductions, looks like here comes a new challenger. Hello. I got a wave. I love it. All right. I think we're good.
Yeah, sorry. I had connection issues. So yeah, should be good now.
It's all good. Welcome. So what I'm going to try to do is we're going to do this in a series of rounds. We're just going to kind of go kind of clockwise around the Brady Bunch rectangle here. And first, what I'd like to do is just have everybody briefly introduce themselves, and then we'll go back around and we'll talk more about what you've got at your table, what your space in kind of the Transformers fandom is, what kind of your experiences with CybFest, and maybe we'll even talk some fun fandom stuff as well. I promised a buck wild good time, so I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. If you are watching and hanging out with us on the stream, it's a live stream video. The chat is open, whatever platform you're watching on, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube. Feel free and join the chat and ask us questions. You can ask me CybFest related stuff. When am I going to get my email about loadout information? Wednesday, I think. I think that's from what I understand. But that should be happening soon. How do I get the exclusive? Read the website. It says get in line and hope for the best, because those Darcys are going to go very fast. So but yeah, without any further ado, let's get things started, and if your configuration is different from mine, I apologize in advance, but let's start to my right directly below. Let's start with Matthew. Why don't you go ahead, introduce yourself if you don't mind.
Yeah, so I'm Matthew Palacios. I'm an artist. I'm gonna have art for sale, and I like drawing Transformers. What can I say?
I love it. Well, I will ask you more about the stuff that you're drawing and all the cool stuff that you've got going on, but we'll keep the introductions rolling, and then we'll move on to a dude who I normally have to travel hundreds of miles, despite living less than 15 minutes away from me. It's Ryan King.
Hello. Hello. Yes. It's a known fact that Mike and I can't get together unless it's like a Transformer convention out of state. So
Correct.
Yes. Yeah. Even though Renton and Federal Way, 2024. I only fly to see you, Mike. That's it.
Exactly. Well, and it's funny because, like, we see each other at CybFest, but like you're running your table, I'm running around. I think we actually visit and hang out more at TFCon than we do at CybFest, despite the geographical convenience of it.
That's probably true. So I'm a Transformer collector. So I'm in the Transformer room right now. It's kind of fun to sit in here and look at all the stuff.
I love it.
I'm a big collector, but I've been paring down my collection to be just G1, and so that means I've been getting through all of my old Armada, movie, Cybertron, Energon stuff. I'm now at the last of my Beast Wars to sell off, and I am a big G1 merch guy. And so what I do is, if I buy lots of stuff, then I take what I need, and then the rest of it goes to CybFest. So I'll have G1 merch for sale, MPs where I've upgraded my MPs to different versions, so I'll have those for sale. I'll have some interesting other things like I printed out some copies of old G1 cartoon storyboards to bring if anyone's interested in taking a look at some of those things. It's available online, so it's not like it's an exclusive thing. I just hit the print button on my printer and pay for the toner. And then, and this year, in my spirit of downsizing my stuff, I have most all of my IDW collection of comic books. That we'll see how that goes. I've never really brought comics to CybFest before, even though I've been dealing for how many is 11 CybFests?
This is number 11.
So 10 or 11 that I've been dealing at. Yeah. So we'll see. They're heavy boxes. There's full sets of whole series. Just want to see what if there could be a new home for them. That's my big challenge for this year.
Gotcha. Very cool. Well, it looks like we have a new challenger in the waiting room. I'm going to have you hang out just a quick sec, and then we're going to finish this round of intros, and then we'll bring in Nems, and we'll go from there. So, a lot of variety of different stuff. We talked to Matthew about his art. We talked to Ryan about his toys, and we turn our attention to another artist. Reno, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Okay, hi. Hello, my name is Reno, and I'm also a artist. I draw Transformers, and usually in traditional media, I like using watercolor and dip pen ink. And yeah, I'll be like selling a variety of different things, like different prints, little acrylic charms, and even like a little sticky note design that I'll maybe show later. So yeah.
Cool. Very good. Well, thank you for that. And then let's chat with Rekgar himself. Kenneth, how we doing?
Barwick Granary Mini Bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost called you the junk man, but I'm like, no, that's somebody else entirely. I can't be doing that. Right? No, it's Rekgar's Junk Emporium. Let me get my facts straight.
Junk Emporium, house of every weird stuff you want to stick in there. So as you guys know, Rekgar's Junk Emporium. We are selling some actual current Transformers stuff and some little bit, a little bit out there, some little bit G1s. It's whatever I can find on my junk planet of, i.e., my garage, to grab out there. And so there might be some G1 stuff. There's some current stuff a lot, and then we get to the my main muse is making diorama pieces that I've 3D printed, or upgrades that I've on there. A lot of these upgrades are licensed from Funbee Studios and also licensed from the Lazy Eyebrow Reviewer. So, like for instance, if you just so happen to get the Ratchet and Dead Brawn 2-pack, I have their little console that they all went to sleep at. If you want to reenact what Hasbro calls that epic scene from the movie.
Is there any other franchise that wantonly celebrates murdered characters? They're just like, buy these dead guys. Let's give you all the blast effects too, and they got like holes in them and all that stuff. I mean, it's some gruesome toys.
Yeah, now we just need to wait for them to reissue that Dead Optimus Prime and then give us that dead Starscream. They had the screaming head from Skywarp. It's so easy to make a dead Starscream from that.
It's right there. And and I even bought Coronation Starscream. I love all the accessories, but like if you make him grayscale with the screaming Skywarp head and you do like a new cape that's like like tattered and stuff, I'd buy it again. I don't care. You put a Transformers the movie logo on it and I'll buy it. I don't care.
That Netflix Wheeljack, I did a little bit more of a damage job onto it, but I also got a dead Wheeljack from how he's laying there dead on the ground.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Well, we could we got a couple more folks to bring in. Let's turn our attention to the world of Lego. And Jeremy, good to see you back again. You did one of these last year with me, and you're back for more. So you must like it or something.
Yeah, no, last year was a lot of fun, and it's a great way to let people know about the kind of unique stuff that I sell.
Yeah.
Because I don't sell normal Transformers. I sell Lego Transformers. They're modeled after the original toys, or current toys, or some of the toys from some point in time. And they actually transform without pulling it all apart and putting it back together. You just manipulate the pieces like you would a regular figure. The other unique thing about it is, and we'll grab RC because she's little and she's right here, they're tiny.
Right.
So.
Oh, wow.
And this is actually one of my bigger figures at this point. I got into a weird point where I wasn't sure what to make. And I think last year I had my minifig sized Dinobots and Insecticons. And I kind of went on a run with that, making these tiny little, really small, the size of a Lego minifigure Transformers that still transform. And I've got a couple of really fun ones to show a little later on, because somehow I managed to pull off quick switch and 6-shot.
Nice.
And yeah, they actually do turn into all the 6 different modes. And it was interesting to get it done, but I love them. They're great. And it was just a new fun challenge. But I've got all kinds of stuff, different size stuff, from stuff like I just showed to a little bit bigger stuff, a little bit more fancy, bigger Optimus Prime, and I don't know. It's fun for me. The Transformers and Legos are my 2 favorite toys growing up, and back that many years ago, the parts just didn't exist to make working Transformers out of Legos. Now I get to relive my childhood and have lots of fun and make a few bucks while I'm at it. So
perfect. I love it. Well, thanks for introducing yourself, folks. And with that, here comes a new challenger. And now we got a full crew. Look at this. This is going to get fun. In fact, my own logo is pushing me out of my own window here. So.
It's really by your own logo.
I love it. Thanks for joining us. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Nems. I also go by Nemesis Prime on Twitter and whatnot, and I have a YouTube channel as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna be here dealing this year because I have, as usual, the treadmill of old toys need to be replaced with new toys or whatever. Or oh no more shelves.
Yeah.
So like. So yeah, I got a couple of those. I got some big things and whatnot. But yeah. One of the big primary things I do is actually I do Transformers reviews. My channel is actually Nemesis Prime on YouTube. So like I do a whole bunch of stuff. I've been doing that for years. Yeah, a lot of the stuff I actually have is on the channel in some way or shape or form in one way. But yeah, I want to have a couple examples of what I'm selling. Like
Sure.
Like I think that's in my big ticket item this year is last year there's TFCon had several. There's the exclusives. I have the Fans Hobby Huntsman. I'm going to sell him.
Oh, nice.
Normally you can see this guy for like $200+ online. I'm selling for cheaper than that. So the only thing is, yeah, you already applied the sticker, but
I might have to hit you up on that guy.
See, that's what I love about stuff like this, because like, even though we're all, dealers and artists and all of that, we're also fans. So it's like, this, that's why I like doing these types of shows, because one, it gives you all an opportunity to get exposed, to the audience, but also it gets us an opportunity to be exposed to each other. Like there's a few folks here that I'm meeting for the first time, and I'm sure that's the same as we're crossing over here. So I one of the things that really appeals to me about CybFest is the sense of community. Like, a lot of us have known each other for a really, really long time, and others have just recently met. Some are very, very close to the Kent community. Others are traveling from further away. So it's like, I love that as the show and convention steadily grows, that our diversity of folks that not only just attendees, but also dealers continues to grow as well. That's just a bit of my like why I heart CybFest so much. Nebs, please continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, this is like actually my third time dealing. Last year I wasn't a dealer, but this is my third time doing it. And I've been going for six times total now.
Cool.
Another thing, it just came in today, the multi-pack. I'm selling it for
yes.
I'm selling it roughly retail. I'm not going to be charging like $150 for it or whatever. No, it's retail. This is sealed in box. I might make like $3 off this, but I just was like someone's going to want it, and I'm not going to gouge them. That's just mean. So I'm going to have that. It's sealed in box. I have my own copy elsewhere. A couple of things just in general, like I have Generations RC. I'm selling her finally. Let's see, what's big? Oh, I have a like mostly complete like Titan's Return Soundwave, like with his minions. I have all of them except the blue guy. So I'm selling those instead. I have a couple non-Transformers things, but like a couple of Figmas and Nendroids, but nothing too big about that. But I also have a Master Beast Ultra Magnus. I am selling him finally. I have the X Transbots version. I also am getting the Fans Toys version, so I'm going to sell the old one. I'm going to hope to find a Delta Magnus somewhere too, but
nice.
Selling big old Magnus. Everything I have though, the nice things, I have everything. Yesterday I went through and dug through all my instructions, trying to find them all, trying to make sure they're complete. Getting up tomorrow, I'm going to get them all off the shelves and everything. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you've been going to CybFest the last few years, I'm the one who drives the DeLorean. So like, if you've seen that in the parking lot.
I have always wondered that, because I've seen that car every year I've gone, and I wonder, I'm like, who drives that? And I did not know until just now today.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's one of the Decepticon symbol on it. But yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to drive this year because it's too small to haul my stuff in. So
right.
Yeah,
awesome.
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Well, appreciate that. And yeah, we'll obviously we'll chat more as we go. It's like I've basically how this is going to go in format is it's going to be very casual chat. I'll probably like do some loose tell me about your stuff and your thing and your fandom, but we should feel free to interact with each other, and yeah, we'll just again just kind of celebrate community and being part of CybFest here. So I guess the next question to just kind of go around the horn, and Nems, you kind of touched on it a bit earlier, but like what's I would like to go around, and we'll start with Jeremy, but like first, when did you hear about CybFest and how long have you been going? So we'll just kind of go there. Like yeah, how long has it been? It's been for the entirety of the time I've been, I think.
Yeah, it's been, I want to say I started just before COVID. Yeah, my first year was like 2018, 2019. And had a great time. Brought just a few things that, I had made of, like I brought like Optimus Prime, Megatron, Starscream, and Grimlock, I think was it. And randomly had my Voltron that I have with me, and sold like, I think I made like $500-600 off of the stuff that I had. Had just a great time in general, meeting people, talking to people, just being there in that atmosphere where it's like everybody's just so into this thing that you like. It's so much fun. And then of course COVID hit, and it went virtual for a little bit, for 2 years, maybe something like that.
Well, we had 1 year where it was completely virtual, all digital.
Yeah.
It was all like, we were doing Zooms and live streams on YouTube. And then in 2021, we did
digital options too.
Yes. Yeah, which is still, I think, one of the highlights of that show. I can't believe we actually made claim sales work on like a live stream. It was, in fact, actually, Ryan, you were part of that too. I bought some posters and some stuff from you, and I bought some toys from Travis. Ryan, do you want to talk?
Yeah, and
about
I think
that?
I bought some stuff from Ryan there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting one, the one online, because you basically made your booth in a room, and I think what they gave us like 15 minutes per dealer and to kind of show your wares, and then people could message you and stuff. So yeah, I had posters hanging all up and down my hallway, so I was just moving my webcam up and down, and that was weird because then we'd have to figure out where to meet people, like in Target parking lots and stuff, to do the handoffs. So, but that certainly was an experience, and not to say that I'd recommend doing that again, but that was certainly fun to at least do something back during lockdown, and we couldn't really get out and have many gatherings at all.
Yeah, no, I skipped that year, but I've been back every year since it's been back, live in person. And again, like I said, it's so much fun. And I have a weird hobby that makes me a few bucks once in a while, but it's just so much fun to be able to share it with other people that have never thought, let's make a Transformer out of Legos, and although I guess this year is going to be a little more exciting on the Lego front. So,
yeah, that's for sure. So for folks that might be just tuning in or haven't heard about it or seen it on the website, C-Lug is coming out with like a whole damn display. Like there's going to be like a whole chunk of the room that is all going to be one of those larger scale Lego displays, like the ones that we're accustomed to seeing at larger conventions, like Emerald City Comic Con type of thing. There's going to be like a big cityscape. Ben has promised that there's going to be some Transformers Easter egg characters in there. There's going to be a big G.I. Joe build and display. I think somebody's doing some Star Wars stuff as well as some Transformer stuff as well. So, but yeah, that's going to be a neat new spoke to the wheel for CybFest, because like I've participated in the Kent Nerd Party thing, like the old Maker Street Nerd Party thing, and that I've noticed that the thing that brings everybody to the yard is the Lego display. Like people just pile into that gym just like to go see the Legos. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's so much fun. And later on this year there's BrickCon, which is another thing we can talk about later. But I love it personally because I have this kind of weird thing that I do, and now that's going to just bring so much more attention to Lego, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be the only vendor there selling Lego figures. So yay me. I'll also have stuff as part of that display. I have a nice fun little battle scene between Metroplex and Triptychon in the middle of a now ruined city that with some lights in it and stuff, and that'll be on display there. Not for sale. It's way too much money in Lego.
Darn, I love Metroplex. I would totally love to buy it, even though I have no way to bring it back home, but I will be staring at that.
First of all, I will have a Metroplex figure for sale. Second of all, you can definitely bring it home because it's about that big.
That's perfect. I love little things. That's why I'm like,
they're tiny
it's
little
Lego.
guys.
Just take it all apart.
Yeah, I mean that's the worst thing because you just take it apart. But I think he stands about 4.5 inches tall.
The thing is, for me, I don't like building.
I understand. Do you not
I appreciate when people do it. But I'm like, for me, I'm like, even if it's just a simple Lego thing, I'm like, huh? Oh yeah, I love buildings, but like not the action of building.
The nice thing is, once it's together, unless you're playing around with it a lot, it's not going to fall apart. I try to build it so it's pretty solid and going to hold together pretty well. Now, if you've got like a 5-year-old that's going to be playing around with it, it's going to fall apart, and I'm going to send you the instructions to put it back together. But like,
no one's allowed near my Transformers thing, so I'm like, that's
nice. Same thing. When I get kids, they're going like, "No, you stay away from my room. You get your own Transformers."
Yeah, there's a reason I don't have children. I'm like, no, you can't play with the Legos. No. That's not for you. That's for me.
Yeah, but nephews in my house, and no, you can't touch that. No, stop. No.
Right.
Even though back in the day we all bashed them in and buried them in the sand and the beach and stuff, and now you just cringe when you think of how mean we were to our own toys.
Yeah, those are too pricey to be doing that,
They work.
Yeah, man, Transformers are expensive nowadays.
It's true, and not getting any cheaper, unfortunately. I mean,
that's a great promotion for the dealers there. Transformers.
Just dude, I don't know if some of us have the same hunting grounds, but did anybody find a Power of the Primes Optimus at Target? Like, I don't know if you saw this going viral in
I saw people talking about that.
Yeah, I went to Federal Way in South Center yesterday after I saw Deadpool and Wolverine, and I had my wife come with me. I was just like, "Hey man, can we just go through Target really quick?" And I get the look like, "Oh man, he's probably gonna be looking for GI Joes or whatever." And I'm like, "No, it's nothing like that. I just want to see if they have it, just to like snap a picture and say, oh my gosh, I found this 7-year-old figure that is just randomly getting restocked at Target. It's crazy. We didn't find any, but yeah, in fact,
how much are they being sold for? Are they being like inflated after the 7 years, or are they still that leader class price point?
Yeah, it's $54.99 on Target's website. Like, you could go to target.com now and get yourself a leader class Power of the Primes Optimus Prime from 2017. I wonder if there was just like a boat out in the middle of the sea that just had like an entire trailer full of these unsold figures that didn't make it to Ross for some reason or something. I don't know.
Speaking of Ross,
brand new run actually. Like it's the shipping case is no Rodimus Prime, so it's all just solid cases of Optimus. So I think it's a brand new run, just because I think Transformers 1 is coming out. They wanted the whole Orion Pax Optimus thing, and this just do a cheat. Let's do the old figure.
Oh my gosh, that's sinister.
Makes sense.
I mean, if they're not allergic to money, they would be doing it. That would be smart.
They brought back bot shots.
Was that one more time?
They brought back bot shots
Oh,
on the thing.
That was crazy to me to see just like new bot shots in the year 2024.
Yeah, it's like, what year is it? What is happening? But Reno, you had a point earlier you wanted to bring up about Ross.
Oh yeah, I don't know if anyone else was doing this towards the later months of last year when they were announcing like $50 ARC at Ross and like finding like Galaxy Shuttle. I was doing that all over my city. I really wanted to find that $50 ARC because I didn't want to pay full price for it. But it's like, no, I could not find it. But then there was always like a number of guys kind of just like perusing the toy aisle, and they were like looking at me, and I was looking at them. We're both like, we're both not finding it. So chill out, man. We're not. We're both losing here. Okay, we're spending our gas trying to find a toy that doesn't exist, which is sad. I would have totally loved an ARC for $50.
that's how I got Titans Return Fortress Maximus was Ross that one time. It's actually right there.
Wow.
I see him right up
Or
there.
Tripticon too. That's what Tripticon.
Tripticon, yeah.
I got Fortress Maximus. I heard about it. Went to the Ross. He's right there.
Mhm.
Okay, I was gonna get him, and then always $55. So sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys were hitting up RossCon before it was cool. Before all of us casuals started showing up, and that is such a weird moment in time. Like, I could only imagine what it was like for the Ross Dress for Less employees that would see that influx of folks that look like us just going through their store, making a beeline for the back corner, sometimes coming back with toys, sometimes just leaving empty-handed. But yeah, what a bizarre time. And it was kind of weird the way things would get allocated and like things folks would find in like different spaces at different times. Like, I got to be really careful about throwing this out there, but like at one point I found so many crashers, I got bored of finding crashers. I just left them. And I would put in the group, I'm like, there's 2 crashers at Westwood Village. I don't even want them, but they're there if you want to go get them, that kind of thing. And like even towards the end, it's like there was one I picked up with like a beat up box or something, and I'm just like, line's too long, nah, and I just threw it in the bin and just left it. And it's just so weird how our collector space just had crazy for RossCon. It was weird. Anybody here have any like bizarre RossCon stories?
Kinda.
Well, I mean, you already got a good one with the Fortress Maximus. I mean, that's a pretty good RossCon story.
I found a Tripticon at a Ross one time.
Oh, dang, that's unusual.
Right.
Back when Combiner Wars,
there was a Tripticon I found at a Ross.
No.
That should have been
Yeah,
me
the,
instead of you. Not gonna lie. I want all the Titans. Those are like my favorite characters, but I'm not someone who wants to spend hundreds of bucks on a toy figure.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
that should
I
have been me.
still have the ones for you then.
Yeah, send it to me. Give it to me.
Tiny little Lego
Like
ones.
this- Like this
Perfect.
sweater, this is like a Metroplex based on the Machinima, whatever that series that everybody hates, the 3D one.
Yeah.
Well, this sweater is based on that design of Metroplex. Like it's not
Oh yeah.
exactly the Generations version of him, but yeah, he's like my favorite character. So like anything Metroplex, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I managed to snag the Comic-Con version of that. I still have it on a shelf. So the enormous box.
Oh yeah, like I have Metroplex from that, but I bought him during like TFCon 2022, and he was like sold near the underneath someone's like personal garbage can underneath their like dealer's table, and he's like missing his hands, he's missing like a breastplate, his lights don't turn on anymore. but I got it for $70. So I'm like, to me, I'm fine with that because I don't want to pay the full price for it. But yeah,
Right.
like any Metroplex, he's like my guy. So yeah.
Wow.
I love
just
it.
got tired of
Get in
it.
contact
I
with
only got
me. If he's still missing his hands, I can 3D print you his hand.
Oh yeah, I would love that. Like I've been thinking about buying. Like I think there's like a set on eBay that I've known for years. It's been there, but I'm like, I don't want to pay it. I mean, but if you could, I will buy it.
I 3D printed some hands, articulated hands from my Metroplex, and I
Mm-hmm.
still have his original hands. How about I send you over his original hands? I have no use for
Oh
them.
yeah, I'll take those hands. Yeah, sure. He's so handless right now, so I'm like, it's sad, but I love Metroplex, but he's like in a still dilapidated space right there.
That's great. Well, so in keeping with the theme of like, you know, what kind of like our CybFest journey is a little bit, Kenneth, tell us a little more about Rekar's Junk Emporium and how long you've been doing CybFest for.
So I've been doing it. I think I want to say this will be my 3rd year doing a dealer's table with infinite iterations here. I used to. I think when I found out about CybFest was about 2 years before COVID, and the same thing as Jeremy there. I heard it from a friend of mine, just like, "Hey, you like Transformers a lot, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "Why don't you go to CybFest? There's like this weird convention in the bum of somewhere over there in Kent," and he's like, "Go to CybFest," and I've loved it ever since. I went over there. One of the I met so many cool. Like a friend of mine there that we're still friends. I call him Magic Man ever since we bonded over the massive craze that Mahalo Mike and his mystery bags,
Yeah, that's awesome. We're hoping to see Mike turn up at CybFest this year and make an appearance. Obviously no mystery bags or anything like that, but it'll be good to see that dude back up on his feet as he's doing pretty well. So Matthew, how about you? You've been awfully quiet there in the corner. Tell us a little bit about how you discovered CybFest and how long you've been dealing for. Actually, how long you've been dealing?
Yeah, how long I've been in the game. So this is actually only going to be my 2nd time dealing at any sort of convention. I was at TFCon LA last year, and then this year I'll be doing CybFest. But I know an artist, Eric Cappuccino, and yeah, and so she came down to TFCon a couple years ago that mentioned CybFest, and so I was like, because I never heard of it before.
Right.
I'm down here in Southern California, so I never heard about it, and I was like, oh, that seems really cool. I'll have to keep an eye on that. And so this year I was like, this seems like a fun convention. Sort of go. This is my first time going to a convention that's really like outside of my area. So I'm really excited to. I've never been to Seattle or anything, so I'm really excited to see how it is up there.
Well, this is in Kent, which is not Seattle.
My hotel is in Seattle, so.
There you go. All right.
It's Seattle.
Very disappointed. Like, this is Seattle. Like,
it's like the butterfly meme. Is this Seattle? Kent.
Kent is nice. Definitely not Seattle.
Kent is cool. I got no problem with Kent.
Yeah.
So I would imagine then that Reno, you would have a very similar story and experience with Matthew then, right? Because I know you were at TFCon LA this most recent time, and I was really delighted to see y'all's dealer applications come in. It's like, wait a sec, I know them. I mean I don't know them, but I know who they are. I've seen them at other conventions. Their art is awesome. And they're traveling to come and deal at CybFest. That's so cool. I was like, like really, really excited. So I'm just kind of, Matthew, like we had already talked about, and Reno also, but like, I think this is the first time I could think of that folks that artists are traveling distance to come deal for us, and we're very excited to have you.
I'm excited to be there. So, I mean, for me, I found out about CybFest because I follow Ashley Artley because
Yeah.
yeah, and I followed her because I was working on this like little fan comic, Thunderclash Goes Bananas. I did like one illustration, and Ashley Artley does like a whole section of the story in that fan comic. And then I saw on Instagram that she posted that they were tabling at CybFest Northwest, and I thought it looked cool. I never went to like a 1 day event. I've never been to the Pacific Northwest, and I figure why not try it, because I think it would be cool. And plus, since I'm not going to TFCon Baltimore, I might as well do this for my like little Transformers fix of the year. And yeah, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get a rental car. I'm actually staying with Eric, so that's when you mentioned Eric, Matthew. I was like, oh yeah, because I'm staying with them.
Nice.
And then yeah, I'm gonna be going around Seattle since I'm up there anyway. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well-
so wait, question for you. So you're at TFCon LA this year.
Yes.
Were you wearing that Metroplex shirt there?
Yes. I have a different one based on the G1 action figure, which has the yellow
Yes.
bars. Yeah.
Yes.
That's me.
Okay, so then we've talked, because I came up to you and I was like, "That is a fantastic shirt," because it did
Oh.
have the yellow, the city
Yeah.
lights on the shoulders.
Yeah, like
So-
my whole like little Metroplex collection is off screen, but yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so
that's cool. Yeah.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you again. That the whole TFCon Artist Alley thing over there, that was like everyone was like a blur because of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that whole corridor is kind of like its whole vibe and scene that is kind of unique to that show. For folks who have never been to TFCon LA before, it's in like, you know, it's I don't even know how to describe that room. You have like the dealer room, but then like the artist alley is adjacent to outside of the main dealer
It's like
hall.
the side foyer. Yeah, the whole when you
Foyer,
walk in.
That's
Yeah.
what I was looking for.
When
Yeah.
you walk in to get tickets or whatnot, you have to walk past. You get to walk past the artist alley, so it's quite visible when you first get in there. So yeah, and I didn't expect you to remember me. I just thought it was so cool that someone actually had like a Metroplex shirt. I've never seen one before.
I
So
know.
that was memorable.
Yeah, because I actually had this commissioned. So I mean, even though I say he's my favorite, I have yet to really draw him. But I'm like, I'm going to one of these days. But yeah,
You gotta make sure you get it right, you know.
Yeah.
I know.
Exactly.
That's the thing. Well, and Reno, you have such a unique, fun, I don't know, bouncy, jovial style to your art. I really, really enjoy it. I'm really excited to.
Oh, thank you.
I'm really excited to pick up my commission from you. But, you know,
Oh
so,
yeah. Let me see if I have it over here somewhere. But
Oh, nice.
know what we're saying?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, while we're here, why don't you tell us a little bit more about your art and your art
Yes.
style and some
Yep.
oh there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's Miss Attitude, the blue Jeep, my wife's blue Jeep.
Yeah, I did a little sketch com, which is like, thank you for doing that. But yeah, I'll also be doing like little sketch comms at the show. But yeah, this is like my little doodly art style. So
I love it.
well,
That's great.
So yeah, so if you just kind of want to take a couple minutes and talk about your arts and
Oh.
influences and because
okay.
yeah, it's in this format, it's a harder. I would imagine it's harder for artists than like toy folks, because I could just be, you know, Jeremy could be like, hey, look at my Legos, you know, or something like that. But yeah, I just want to make sure that you know, like our artists in particular get the opportunity to talk about their stuff, because like, you know, one of the things that we really pride ourselves on with CybFest is, as best as we can, trying to as we're growing from being a primarily toy dealer show, you know, expanding the artist alley, putting like the row of artist tables right in front, and really kind of making that a point of focus and emphasis, and now we've got people traveling. So now the pressure's on to make sure that we put on an especially good show for our artists and our dealer friends. But that was a very long way around of saying like, yeah, let's talk about like art, and then we'll talk about toys, and we'll go from there. What kind of stuff do you got at your table, Reno?
Oh yeah, so I'll be just having like art, print, stickers, and charms. I'll be showing some over here. But it's like I kind of understand like Transformers is primarily people come for the toys. It's like, and like for my art style, it's kind of like, you know, like what you're saying, kind of like it's kind of like not what people go for like Transformers and stuff, because it's like I don't know. I guess it's kind of children's book illustration. Like in my like little art journey so far, I get a number of comments and a number of like when people see my art, because I'm like, I don't have that super awesome, epic fighting, killing art style that people want. But anyway, I'm okay with that. But anyway, so yeah, oh yeah. So what I'm selling there, oh yeah, here's my like little print that I made for the, I'm so confused by where I'm supposed to put stuff with this webcam because I never use it. But yeah,
Right.
So here's like my like little RC print. Imagine that it's in good lighting. It's like it's more brighter than this, but like here's the 8x10 version. And then like,
Looks great.
Like, what is this? 11x17? Yeah,
It
because
looks like it. Yeah.
yeah, I'm like trying to like, what are the sizes? And then doing art prints like that. And then I have like these little clay charms that I made, like using like wash and clay, like these little like thingies.
Nice.
And I don't know why I have like a good amount of like Beast Wars fan art for some reason. I don't know why. Like I like the Beast Wars 2 and Neo more than the original series, but I have art of the original series more. And like some time ago, I made like these like little tote designs. Like here's the Predacons in their alt modes, and then
neat.
The Maximals. So I'm selling these as well. And one thing that I have new is like, well, I don't have the sticky notes with me. It's at like Eric's house right now, but it's like sticky notes of like this design of like the space Autobots. Like I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, so like a 3x3 sticky note pads of like these guys, like of Cosmos, Omega Supreme, Skylinks, and Skyfire. Not Jetfire. I'm going Skyfire. And yeah, that's like a good amount of without showing.
3x3?
Oh yeah, like 3 inches by 3 inches. The sticky note will be that, but like this is like 10x10. But like the actual.
I was going to say that looks a lot bigger than 3x3.
Oh yeah, no, oh no, I have to paint at a bigger size than what I print things as. But yeah, and then I have last little thingies of stuff I have are like some designs of these like little acrylic charms. This one's of Jazz, like with Blaster. So
sweet.
Yeah,
Nice.
that is a good amount of the type of stuff that I do.
I love it. I am a huge fan of whimsical, soft, fun stuff. Because like, you know, a lot of us have like a fair amount of like you were saying, like, you know, the big dramatic fighty stuff. But like it must be like an age thing or something. Because as I've grown older, my appetite for fun has increased. I'm like, oh, this is just whimsical. Oh, they're on a picnic, you know, like this like zany, like slice of life type of stuff. I just think it's so fun.
Like I know it's not super popular, but yeah, I don't know why. I just kind of like things like that. Like here's Omega Supreme with like the little bird thing from The Secret of Omega Supreme. So I like little cutesy things like that. So yeah.
Brilliant. I love it. Well, Whirl popped into the chat and says, hello. I am late. Well, that's okay. Better late than never.
Not alone in that.
Yeah, exactly. It's all right. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see. Now I'm losing my order here a little bit. Matthew, you want to talk about your art stuff a little more? Because I think you had in like your introduction you had briefly talked about, you know, the kind of arts and stuff you do, but you want to tell us a little more about what you'll be bringing and dealing at CybFest?
Yeah, so I'm actually
now.
Yeah, it's funny. So I'm sort of like on the opposite end of the artistic spectrum from Reno. I'm doing the more the more serious looking sort of stuff. So yeah, I've been doing like a bunch of these like 4x6 headshots, just because like it being like a one-day convention, I'm like I don't want to, you know, if I can only do like a couple commissions. I want to make sure there's something there for everyone.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah. I have a few prints. I don't have them at hand, but I have like a
Sure.
Transformers animated print. It's Bulkhead, Sentinel Prime, Lockdown, Lug, and Sorry. That was really fun. Yeah. I have one
that.
Yeah, I have another one that's it's like a one I did to celebrate sort of like the IDW comics coming to a close. So it's like 17 of like sort of my favorite sort of characters and designs from the 17 years of that. I do like doing like more obscure characters and stuff. I think that's always fun, especially like doing characters like you don't really see, art or merchandise for. So I over here. I have like a little sticker set of the G2 accelerators.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I'm really happy with how these turned out. Yeah, I have some of those. And then I do have a new print this year that I've done specifically for CybFest Northwest. I have it here with me. Now this is not the final art. This is I made some tweaks to it. But and this this is kind of an exclusive. I've only shown this to a couple people. I've not revealed this on social media or anything.
Oh, exclusives. I love it right here on the live stream. Hells yeah.
But it's 40 years of Optimus Prime. Oh, my fan is blowing it. But it's like
for dramatic purposes.
Yeah. But it's like, sort of every 10 years from 1984 to 2024.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little snapshot of it. Yeah, that was yeah, it's funny because the feet there, I'm doing it based on of Transformers 1, but like there wasn't like a ton of great reference images of Optimus Prime's feet. Yeah. So it was a lot of me just like squinting at trailer screen caps and stuff. Be like, what do these things look like?
Screenshotting Optimus Prime feet pics.
Pretty much, yeah. I was like, I'm looking at too much robot.
That's amazing. That's a way to get yourself on.
So what spy on your internet? It's going to be wondering what is your internet search history on like references.
It's like it's for art, I swear.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's a really cool piece. That's a lot of fun. Commemorating the 40th anniversary. That is so cool. Whirl here in the chat. That rules! 2 exclamation points. And then I will buy things from all of you. Oh, it's a ton of fun.
I'll hold you up. I'll hold you up to that, Whirl.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Well, I'm really excited to experience all that. Matthew, are you still taking commissions, or are you all full up?
I'll take some more. I'll churn through them.
Excellent. Well, I will hit you up offline because like I'll if you've got time, I'd love to hit you up.
I do indeed. Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Well, we'll do that after, as I'm doing like commerce as I'm trying to like host a show.
These are the first deals of the convention.
There it is. Well, and that's part of the reason why we do this. It's all
kind of insider trading, just kind of sketchy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my goodness!
That just encourages more people to become vendors in our thing. Get the inside trade, be the inside job, man.
Yes. Follow the money, cui bono. That's silly. Well, turning our attention back to toy adjacent stuff, but also from like a customized art type of thing. Kenneth, you want to talk a little more about the awesome 3D printed stuff that you've got? Because like I walk by your table all the time and I'm like, one of these days I'm going to get a dead Optimus who's going to need somewhere to rest. Or maybe I'm going to get enough dead Autobots that need a console to stand in front of before they get smoked like so much delicious salmon. But no, I love all the 3D print stuff that you got at Retcars. You want to tell us more about some of the cool stuff you got?
Yeah, so I love, because when I was a kid,
well, I guess we're all kids at heart. When I was younger, playing with Transformers toys, wanted to bash them around, playing with all the scenes that they were having at, and I just like I used to do like with Legos and with my dad and with like building blocks, just trying to make those things. And ever since I got a 3D printer, I can 3D print all that stuff. I can 3D print the bar where Megatron is talking to Impactor about his like first insurrection of the Decepticon cause, or do the part where like Prime and where Daniel's like fishing with Hot Rod, 3D print the fishing pole and all that stuff. And it was with Shapeways at the time being like was one of the top places to get it, and with I guess even though they were a little bit expensive, rest in peace Shapeways. I wanted to provide that type of thing to everybody, so I go like, oh, I'm gonna 3D print this console, and I'm gonna where they all died at. I'm gonna 3D print Prime's deathbed, get the childhood trauma 2-pack in there, you do that, all that type of stuff. And I'm also like 3D printing like Torque, the weird supercomputer that they had that one episode, or the Red Ruby cannon from the episode Masquerade. Like always like looking at those things like, are those going to sell? It's like, oh, you better believe that they're gonna like people are gonna want that weird accessory that came from this so and so episode that they remember. And then there's also upgrade kits. Like I've talked to Lazy Eyebrow Reviewer, and I've asked him like, hey, is this all right? Because I know there's a lot of people, especially in my area, that loves your upgrade kits. Can I sell that? And he says, yeah, go ahead, go for it. And you get those people, because he's a Canadian based dude. So it's like, hey, I know a lot of guys in the States that want your stuff. Can I do this? And you'd be like, yeah, go for it. Expand it further to them. So, and then of course there's also all the other Transformers I get that somehow wind up on my Planet of Junk that just get lost over there.
Right. Or as World put in the chat here, where did it go? Or a giant wheel jack to hold my small wheelless jack. That was one of the funniest pictures from last year's convention. It's like, so you had like the giant 3D printed Cybertronian mode wheel jack and a teeny tiny wheelless jack on top. Fun stuff. I love it.
Yep, just like don't talk to my son or my son or my son ever again type of deal.
Or my son's son. That kind of reminds me of my Soundwave display. It's like I've got like a Masterpiece Soundwave, a Generation Soundwave, G1 Soundwave, and Core Class Soundwave. And I'm like, don't talk to my son or my son's son ever again. Oh my gosh. Good fun stuff there. So Nems, we haven't chatted with you for a few. You talked about some of the toys that you've got there, but like, so what brings you to CybFest as a dealer? Are you just looking to thin your collection? Are you looking to buy stuff? What's the goal with the Nemesis Prime table?
Right. So like, this is my third time dealing at CybFest. As I've gone 6 years total, starting in 2017. First 2 years I was just attending, bought some stuff. That third year, 2019, I was dealing because Unicron. I wanted Unicron. I needed money. Like half the people there, I need Unicron too. I'm trying to get money for Unicron. So like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got mine in a different display, like a whole like movie display, like right there on a table. I had to go get a special table just for Unicron because he didn't fit anywhere else.
Oh my goodness.
That's the first world problems we have with Unicron.
Then of course I dealt in 2022, and then last year I didn't deal, and then this year I'm dealing again because last year I just didn't have enough stuff to sell. It's like I can't justify a table. I got three things to sell. Yay! But this year I got enough stuff accumulated. It's just simply, I've pretty much maxed out the shelf space in my house. Some of it's just also I've got a newer version. I'll sell the old version. Or just sometimes it's just kind of like I bought it and I go, why did I buy this? I don't really like it that much. Or like, you ever hear those Robotech, the third season or whatever? I think they had the motorcycles and it was mostly the anime. Yeah. Forget it. I bought that. I bought the figure. It's like $180 figure. I'm like, why did I buy this? It's cool, but it goes nowhere. So I'm gonna sell this too. But yeah, it's just stuff like that sometimes. Or in some cases, I bought it mostly to review it. So it's just kind of chilling out, and now it's like, oh, guess it goes now.
Gotcha. Well,
yeah. Other than that, though, I tend to want to. There's kind of location look for that. Just, hey, I've been wanting this toy for years. I just found it for a good price. And like last year, someone had a mint unsealed card, animated RC for $30. I'm like, oh, get that now before someone else notices.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and especially to see it last year. Now, obviously, none of us knew that that Sue Blue was going to be our guest, but it's like whoever sniffed that out was just like, yeah, buy early, buy often. And it was kind of funny because like I may have actually seen that RC on the table, and I thought, do I want nah, but yeah, really kind of kicking myself for that one now. Exactly.
It's a Laser Prime, a original G2 Laser Prime. I missed it.
Oh man!
I was sitting there hemming and hawing, and then someone else bought it. I was like, oh, "Are you kidding me?"
You know.
I think I'm the guy who bought that.
Well, I remember I was a little kid, and I saw him on the shelf. I'm like, Mom, I want that for Christmas. And she's like, no, you already have an Optimus. You don't need another one. But it's different, though. She didn't understand.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm glad. So that's why I got my first import is actually the Car Robots Black Convoy.
Oh, sure.
Like, it's the toy. It's the same one. And it's just black now. It looks so cool.
That's amazing.
That was the thing. So yeah, it's just supposed to be clear on stuff. I'm gonna be looking for like I said magnet Delta Magnus. That's what Delta Magnus masterpiece. I'm gonna look for that. I'm trying to find a G1 like Bruticus complete. I don't have to go too hard on finding all the accessories for. But I also don't want to break the bank on that too. But a couple other things here and there. I just want to kind of just see if I can find them. Like I'm looking for an animated Blur. I've been looking for one for a while for a good price. I'm hoping someone will have one.
Oh man, if I could time travel and go back to TFCon LA, there was a dealer there, and they must have had, I don't know if it was either like a old toy shop that went out of business or something, but like they were cracking open cases of like 2008, 2009 era stuff. So it was a lot of TFA stuff. It was like a lot of universe stuff, and it was zany. So it's like, I'm seeing them pull out like Blurs and Jazz and whoever else was in that case assortment with those deluxes, and they were pretty reasonable. I think like Snarl, I think was the other one that was maybe in that case, but like, I mean, like they were asking like $40 a whack, mint on card, case fresh. It was weird. So much stuff I passed on there, but like it is an incredible thing to see stuff being like, I mean, like they literally had box cutter and were just like cutting the cases and just pulling what it was out. In fact, there was whatever case assortment had Soundwave in it. And I really wanted a TFA Soundwave, and I think we've all had this experience before, like where you're like hanging out and then like the impatience starts to kick in. I'm like, I'll do one lap around, because basically they were pulling stuff out faster than they could get it priced. Like, I don't think they really had a good strategy. And I think part of it is I don't know if they fully appreciated what they had. So it's like, so they were like looking up prices like on the fly as they were cracking cases open. And I'm like, I will, what do you want for that Soundwave? We're really behind. Come back in a couple minutes. I'm like, I almost just wanted to like just start throwing money at her. But I was more courteous and polite, and by the time I came back around, that was long gone.
Yeah. I
But
did get a animated sound wave at CybFest a couple years ago. A complete, no nonsense package, but complete for $10. So hey, I'm pretty happy with that.
sweet, that is a terrific deal. So I mean, I guess since we're kind of sort of on this topic, let's talk about, like, I don't know, like the ones that got away, or conversely, like really really sweet deals that we got. Anybody have either one of those two stories that kind of fits into that criteria? It looks like Matthew
so-
got something.
I
this
do.
is-
Yeah.
This is the depressing part of the show. Is that what you're doing, Mike?
Yeah.
Like, what is this entertainment value here?
It's a real, like, Empire Strikes Back situation. You know, it's like, hand gets frozen, take away Boba Fett, and Luke gets his hand chopped off, find out Luke's his father, and all Jedi had was a bunch of Muppets. Anyway,
So I have one that got away.
Good.
So one of like the ones I've been looking for is the Transformers Adventure Roadblock. It's like that Japanese exclusive green repaint of Generation Scoop, and
Wow.
strangely
That's a
hard
deep
to
cut.
find.
That's a deep cut, man.
Yeah,
That is a deep
but
cut.
last year when I was at TFCon LA, I got there, I was setting up for the table, and they were like walking me through the dealer room to get my registration, and I passed someone that had like a mint. It was like sealed, and I was like, "Oh, I'll come." I'm busy getting my registration, but I'll come back and get that. And then, of course, by the time the show opens and I'm like able to walk through the dealer room, it's gone. I was like, "Dang." But yeah.
absolutely. But yeah, so I
think, like,
go ahead. Somebody had something. Well, I was just gonna say part of the reason I bring that up is because, like, I want to impart upon folks that are watching and listening. If you see something, grab it, because it won't be there when you come back around. I almost guarantee it.
Oh, so funny story about that, Mike. I was at TFCon Toronto a couple weeks ago, and my friend that I was there with, he's a huge G1 Hound fan. And we went to this table, and there was a gig Hound, like the pre-Transformer Hounds from Italy. And it was a pretty reasonable price. We were looking at it going, this looks like a good figure. And so he left it. He's like, well, let me think about it. So then the third friend we were with, he's like, well, let's just get it for him as a surprise. And so I distracted him. He went back and got it and then stashed it in our hotel room somewhere. And we were doing another lap around, and I looked up and I was like, oh, it's gone. He's like, well, you snooze, you lose. And then lo and behold, it was in our hotel room the whole time. So at the end of the show, we copped up and gave it to him and said, here, we just thought you might like this. And he was, it's you kind of do a lap, but then there's also if you see it, get it, or it might not be there again.
Yeah. Absolutely. So and with that, Ryan, so having been a dealer at TF cons, ironically enough, since they happen more often than CybFest does, you would probably be able to answer this or speak to this more than anybody else on this panel. There's folks that have been to TF cons, and there's people that have been to CybFest. And shoot, like, even like, going back to like the old BotCon days and stuff. From Ryan, from your perspective, what's the difference between those shows and CybFest, and what do you think makes CybFest stand out from those other shows?
Hey,
no pressure.
Well, so one of the differences with TFCon and BotCons and whatnot, they're national shows, so you automatically get people that are flying in from around the world or from around the U.S. that go to these shows. They're big, they're splashy. I mean, I think Reno, you were there, Dylan, and Matthew, you were too. I think so. They're big. You have thousands of people, so you get really different tiers of collectors. You get like the hardcore folks that are looking for that really specific thing, and have money coming out of out of their wallets just to get that one thing. And then you have the down to the little kids that just want just a fun toy to play with, and their parents bring them because it's something to do on a Saturday, and they want kind of that fun experience for either the kids or the parents that are Transformers fans that brought the kids. One of the two. Sometimes it's hard to figure out. With CybFest, it's smaller, right? We're in the community center gym. Although props to the CybFest organizers to get that thing big enough where it's the whole gym, not just half the gym that we used to have. The whole gym was awesome, or is awesome. And so you have a lot more local flavor. You have hundreds of folks, not thousands. So you're looking for deals. You're not looking for the big high end, like Matthew, that Japanese green scoop thing that you said.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's not going to be at CybFest. But you never can tell. But one thing that CybFest does better than those big shows is it's a lot more intimate. I mean, it takes, it doesn't take as long to get through the dealer room, but there's a lot of things for everyone to do. And there's a lot of variety of things. So it's cool that we have all these artists coming. We have a lot of these local dealers that just have an eclectic assortment of stuff where, as we're collectors too, it's, like I said at the beginning, you get stuff in lots, and then you go, well, I want to keep these 5 things, and these 10 things go to CybFest because someone's going to want them more than I'm going to want them, or they're doubles for mine. So there you go. So it's kind of a weird eclectic refresh of stuff. So even if you've gone to CybFest in prior years, it might be, oh, look at that new stuff never seen before. But yeah, I think it's really the big plus with CybFest is that it's very what do you call it? Nurturing. It's very get your arms around you. You like Transformers. Let's talk about it. There's kids things to do. There's fun things to do. There's trivia contests and fun raffles, and it's not like a heavy thing. It's very lighthearted and fun. So that's why I like going to CybFest.
Well, I love that. I appreciate that, Ryan. You did half of my job for me. I love it.
I'm just waiting for World to say something like that's not true. We're not having a trivia contest this year. Don't spend rumors or something like that. So let's talk about that a little bit. So the schedule is out and is published. And we are indeed having the trivia contest. That is Ben's. I got it right.
You got it right. Yeah, no, that is Ben's favoriteest thing in the world to host the trivia, and he's been in our organization team meetings has been having us like continue to workshop the questions. It's like that's too hard, that's too soft, that kind of thing. Jason has joined the chat here. Never trivia will be the last thing to get dropped from the show. Smiley face. And I should mention that is Jason's favoriteest thing as well. They do an awesome duo two-hander with the trivia contest there. It's probably the funnest thing at CybFest I've never participated in, usually because I'm just doing other stuff. But so yeah, let's so like I said, the schedule is out, including all of the panels. You can find that at CybFest NW .com. But I figured since we're kind of like at a kind of like a midpoint, I have a whole list of copy here on my screen that I'm just going to run down some of the highlights for CybFest, and if anybody has questions or about anything, we can answer those as we go. And again, we are here live if you want to jump into the chat and ask us questions as well. But obviously, I'm rocking the RC inspired designed shirt that's available through our TeePublic store. I doubt at this point if you order it, it'll be here in time for Saturday to rock at CybFest. But it's 2024 for the whole rest of the year, so you can still buy it and wear it and wear the colors while you're your groceries. Obviously, we want to shout out Carbot Darcy, our exclusive figure in partnership with Blue Forge. That is something that we're incredibly excited about. And those are going to go impossibly fast. So I'm barely going to mention it. It's but the stuff that Alex has been able to do with that figure, it's nice to see the excitement reverberate beyond our local Transformers fandom community group. Like every time we've done podcasts, like on like national levels, like we were just on TFYLP and transmissions last week, and it's like we just kind of like throw it over our show. Oh yeah, we're doing this like our RC figure kind of inspired, but and it's like wait, what? And it's like we spend like a half hour talking about. I'm like, oh, we're talking about this too much because not everybody's going to be able to get one. But we're really excited about that. Our friend Van Hansen is doing some exclusive prints as well. We'll have a Q&A panel with the one and only our featured guest Sue Blue. Over 50 dealers and artists. We had talked about that. We expanded to the full gym last year. This year we kept with the full gym and we sold it out. There is no more room. There's no more room. Whirl puts in the chat, still so jazzed about the synth core print from Ben. I think Ben Hansen has shared that on his socials, but it's basically like a kind of synthwave colors of the Soundwave family. So it's like Soundwave and all of his tapes and stuff. It's really, really sick. There's a wait list, which is not something we've had in this current era of CybFest. We're really excited about that. We talked about the Lego display, and Jeremy, you said that like in addition to your minifigs and transformable Lego creations, I don't know what the correct nomenclature is, but like in addition to the stuff you'll be selling, you have stuff in the Lego display, right?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I threw a picture in our chat, but
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, let me see if I can
here if you want, if you'll allow me to.
Yeah. Let's try that. See if that works.
I think this works. Let's see. Present. Share screen.
Let's see how this goes. I'm excited.
And I want that right there. So yeah, so here's my little battle scene. I think, can everybody see this? Oh, it looks like you can.
Yeah, we did it.
With Triptychon and Metroplex fighting it out at the edge of a city. You can't really see them in this shot, but Omega Supreme is kind of tucked in the back there, just kind of hanging out. But, this was something I built for BrickCon last year. And all those little lights actually for the little fires in the city all flicker and everything. And it's a fun time. It's actually changed a little bit from this because generally I throw it in a big box and it gets knocked around and I just put it back together more or less the same way. So it's very similar to what's here, but the concept's the same and the figures are still the same. It's still Metroplex and Triptychon battling. So I'm going to have that there. And then I've got a lot of other little, I've been working on, because my stuff is so small that just having, the figure, sometimes it's very easy for it to get lost. So just to plug myself some more.
Yeah, please. That's why we're here. It's literally why we're here.
Yeah. I've been playing around with building little scenes or dioramas or whatever you want to call them. And let's see if I can get some good light on this. See, it's, oh God, why, stupid blur.
Oh yeah, it's blurring with your virtual background.
Let me get rid of that. It might take a second here.
I was gonna say maybe if you do like the influencer hand type of thing, that might change the focus on it.
Or you can just see all the crap that's everywhere piled in my.
Yeah.
But here we go. Let's kind of get the light on them in front here. So I have my little minifig size Insecticons.
Oh,
A little, like,
That's cool.
grass and trees and little tree there that they're climbing up, hanging out. There we go. That's a little better, I guess.
That is really cool.
So I've been working on that, and I mean, this stuff is actually going to be for sale. I was very excited to find out not too long ago that Lego makes a road set now with like streets that you can use as part of whatever you're building. And they actually scale really well to be a 2-lane road with some of my larger stuff, like Optimus Prime. So I built the other night a little piece, the road and some lights and stuff, some like street lights and stuff. And then there's Optimus Prime, like just driving down the road. So, a lot of little fun stuff like that I've been trying to do, just to, like I said, make it a little more displayable than just,
Hey, so I got a question about your Lego stuff.
Sure.
So is all that made from like off-the-shelf Lego parts?
More or less. And that's the best way I can put it. I will say that this year, for the first time, I've cheated. There are just some parts that Lego doesn't make in the colors that are needed to be more accurate Transformers wise, or to be price, reasonable. Like in the previous years, I had Shockwave, but all in black. This year, I'm very excited that using third-party Legos, but there's Shockwave in his actual purple color.
Okay.
So I had to cheat a little to do it. So, like, some of these pieces are not actual official Lego pieces; they're third-party.
There we go.
But overall, most everything can be built with actual Lego pieces. Like, there's nothing that's modified or like custom 3D printed parts or anything like that. Even the third-party stuff, the knockoff Lego stuff, is just different colors of those same parts. So it's something anybody could either have or just go online and order, like I did. So, yeah.
Huh. So Jeremy, you're kind of blowing my mind here. Like I'm not a Lego builder. I'm not a Lego collector. I don't have the patience for it. I don't like Reno. I don't like to build stuff, but I've never heard of third-party Lego before. Like, I mean, obviously here in Transformers collecting, we're obviously familiar with third-party transforming robot figures. But like, so is like third-party Lego similar to like third-party?
Same idea. Yeah, there's a few big companies out there that make like knockoff Lego sets. You see it a lot, especially with Lego Transformers. I actually know a few people that do like big full-size stuff or larger size stuff, like the Lego Optimus Prime size stuff, that have had their builds. Somebody bought the instructions, and then like a company in China just reproduces it and sells it as a set.
Okay.
And unfortunately, because they come out of China, there's absolutely nothing that can be done. He'll just notify like the sites that are selling it and be like, yeah, that's a stolen property. That's my design. Like, but yeah, it's a big thing. And then there are sites that just focus on parts, because Lego parts can get pretty expensive. So there's these other companies that just mass produce parts, and sell them real cheap. And then, we'll expand on the colors to do a lot of the colors that like Lego doesn't do, like, like clear pieces in different colors and stuff like that you can't actually get from Lego. And that's how they make their money. it's crazy that there's a black market Lego, off-brand sites, but yeah. But it allows me to make stuff that's more color accurate. Just for since I mentioned it earlier, I might as well grab them out right now.
Yeah.
One of my recent builds that I was able to get the colors right for. If we can see this little 6-shot here. And again, this guy, I forget that the camera mirrors everything.
Yeah. Oh, he's a winged wolf.
Yep.
The little doggy version of him.
Yeah.
Yep. He actually does transform into all the different versions.
Oh wow.
I have a little, let's see if we can point this down here, a little box here with 6 different versions of them because I'm lazy and people are going to be like, well, can I see it as this? Yeah, it's right there. There you go. That's so much easier, or even, like I said before, quick switch, I just totally froze up. Oh, there we go. Was able to build him. If everybody remembers the really crappy G1 toy version, that's what I modeled it after because it's different than the new re-release that's just 6-shot in different colors. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun building this stuff and being able to now have a source to get parts in other colors, so I don't have to be like, yeah, I know it's supposed to be teal, but I had to do blue because that's all Lego makes. Now it's that much better, and it allows for stuff like this, which I almost hope I don't sell this. Pardon me, because this was one of my favorite toys when I was a kid, and I just love the way he looks right now. I don't know how well you can see that with the light here once again, but
it's a little bit of Who's That Pokemon. I love it.
Hopefully you can
who's that Lego Transformer.
Computron. Is that?
Yep, there you go.
There you go.
That's Computron. In all his glory, And this is actually 5 different figures that come apart and each transforms individually and using only a couple of extra pieces like the hands and feet and head combined. And I just, it's a little hard to see with the dark and the light.
Yeah. It's there you go. That presents very nicely.
And I mean the colors, because I could get the parts in some weird colors and and like I said, this was one of my favorites as a kid, and I just loved how he came out. So I'm like, I could sell him, and if I don't, I get to have him on my shelf for a while.
There you go.
You have a hound in there, do you?
So I don't have a hound with me. I do have a design for him that I was actually thinking that's somebody that I need to make. And I guess if I'm going to share my screen again.
Sure. Yeah, knock yourself out.
Window, there we go. This is there we go. My 3D design of it. Okay. So this is kind of a cross between G1 and the movie Hound. Yeah, you can see his little Jeep mode. And then
okay.
Burly robot mode. Because trying to make a Jeep that small is not easy, quite honestly. And he's got kind of a weird transformation as far as trying to get it to match. Because that is something I like to do, is have the transformation of the figure more or less mirror the original toy. I wish I had Prime around here somewhere and I'd show you exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
Like my Optimus Prime, my base version of it transforms just like the original G1 toy. There's no difference. If you can do one, you can do the other. It's the arms fold out and legs flip down and spin around and the head pops up and you're done. So even when I get like to these little tiny ones, good luck, Candy. Yeah. And this is the most ridiculous transformation ever, but I love this because it illustrates the point. nothing. Sometimes it can be very simple. And so here is my tiny little Grimlock.
Yep.
Again, the size of a minifig. And I think we all probably remember how he transforms, right? The legs, the tail splits apart and kind of folds out to become the legs. The upper part of the dinosaur, the head flips back over and kind of opens up, right? So we take his little tail and kind of open it up a little. This is going to be hard to see because my hands are huge and this is tiny. But you'll get the idea as I go through this. So we fold that up. Well, now we have his legs. And his T-Rex legs become his arms. And then his head just flips back and comes around. And now we have our tiny little Grimlock.
Oh, very nice.
And like I said, it's obviously not exact. There's 20 pieces here.
Sure.
But it's still inspired by, reminiscent of that original transformation of that original toy. So, and that's something I aim for with all my stuff. Because, sure, you can just make it work however, and some people will like it, and but if it's the closer it is to the original toy, the more nostalgic it is. And there's some things that can't be done, like just show another one. Here's a little Starscream, and obviously I can't make his legs just slide out. So in this case, they just kind of are all wrapped up here in a little ball. Just kind of show that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Same spot. They just kind of roll and unfold out to give you that same kind of effect, So, but you still get the nose folding down and the wings flipping around and stuff. And that's what makes it a challenge for me. I started doing this because I was working a horrible job, working like 70, 80 hours a week, taking the bus 45 minutes each way all day long. And I just needed something to let my mind relax. And I couldn't afford to buy Legos at the time. So I found this wonderful 3D modeling program and started playing around with it and then designing Transformers. And it's just snowballed to here I am.
I love it. Well, I interrupt this important program for an exciting announcement. It seems like we've got a new guest. Kenneth, you got a friend.
Yeah, this is Yuki. He was sleeping and now he's awake. Yeah, sure.
Oh, Yuki, I love him.
So you can't sell things saying it comes from a pet-free home. It's recorded now into the ether.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
Oh man, Rekgar's Junk Emporium, pet friendly! Exclamation point.
Pet friendly. This is dog from Sputnik, that flew over to our planet.
Yeah, there it is, space dog. I love it. Well, friends, as we get closer to wrapping up, there's a couple more things I want to highlight on the CybFest list there that are coming up. But in case there are folks that have been joining us later in the live stream, we've been on for about 90 minutes or so folks might be jumping on late. What I would like to do is go around the room and let folks know if where folks can connect with you on the internet, social medias, websites, anything else you would like to promote. So like this would be a great time to talk about the Nemesis Prime channel on YouTube when we get you there. Because again, this is all community. It's not competition. It's all like we're all in this together, and it's all about raising each other's voices. It's something to the effect of like the what is it, like the tide that raises all boats or something like that. I don't think I'm using that analogy correctly, but
tide raises all boats. Yes. We're so close.
I'm so close. But Nem, since I mentioned it earlier, what again, let us know like if you've got like social handles, and if you want to talk about your channel now would be a great time to do that.
Right. So yeah. Let's see. My channel, it's youtube.com/at Nemesis Prime or /c/Nemesis Prime, depending, because they keep changing how it works. But
Right.
yeah, I pretty much do. Trying to get the actual proper link here, so I'll share it. But yeah, I pretty much just do mostly Transformers views, but I do also do other things. I've done Nendoroids, Figma, Figuarts. I've done Lego a couple times. I've tried to do more build videos, but those always seem to always be cursed for me. Like every single time I try to film one, it goes blows up in my face. Like one time I was trying to, it was an old Megazord kit, and like this camera would just not record. It just 10 seconds stop recording. Okay, we're not filming this one. Cool. But yeah, I just recently, my most recent video I did Masterpiece Rhinox and the transformation. I also do transformation videos for like the more complicated figures, because like sometimes instructions are kind of terrible, especially with third party. Like, some of the third party instructions are genuinely awful. But like, so I try to do those. Upcoming, I'll be doing 86 swoops. Should be coming out in the next couple days. Like I just got them. I'm trying to film them because I'm trying to sell my old Power of the Prime swoop. So I'm trying to get that one done before Saturday. Also with my 86 Springer should actually be here tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be with that film so I can get my Siege Springer sold. But yeah, I mostly do that. I have a link tree. It's easier to do because it's like
oh sure, yeah. Yeah, if you've got that, if you'd like to drop that in the chat, that would be awesome.
Because I have a link tree because like I have so many social media accounts, because it's just like, oh yeah, you have to go everywhere now.
I understand. Believe me, I know that. I know that feel for sure.
Oh, hey, look! I found the reason why my frame rate was dropping. It was the background.
Oh, it's amazing how overclocked that virtual background becomes. Apparently, it takes a lot of bandwidth, I guess.
Yeah, but I put the link tree in the private chat.
Perfect. And I'll post that in the comments here, so that will show up for folks watching on YouTube and Facebook. And as like a side rant, I was today years old that I learned that StreamYard won't let, or actually more accurately X, friggin' Twitter won't let you live stream without being premium. Because it's like I usually go on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitter. And just as we went live, it gave me like a bunch of error messages. It's like, you need to be premium. And I'm like, my ass. I am not giving Elon any money.
A bunch of features you used to use. Nope, no, they're premium. So okay, guess I'm not gonna use them anymore.
Yep, guess not. So
yeah, because I got YouTube, Twitter, Mastodon, co-host, Blue Sky. I have a Tumblr, I think. I'm not sure if it's listed on there. No, it's not. I don't think I use it very much, so but it's there. So yeah, I have a whole bunch of stuff, and just have to. It takes forever now to share all my videos because I have to copy paste because there's no like one server that can just post them all at once.
Right.
Nice. But that'll probably be premium too.
You would think that somebody would develop that for like podcasters, YouTubers, content creators, something where it's like, even if you got to pay into it, something that it could like, just mass publish on all of the socials, not all that dissimilar to say like podcast platforms that like, put it out on like, Apple and Spotify and all that other stuff.
Right.
But anyway, that's.
Yeah, I guess one other quick plug, because it's not my only thing I do. I do a podcast. It's not Transformers at all, but if you're at all interested in anime, I do a podcast now called New to Weeaboo, and we just kind of randomly, my friend, we just talk about random anime, we just whatever that hits our fancy that point in time. We've done just bi-weekly, usually we're not doing this week because CybFest, but
sure, of course.
Usually some Wednesday afternoons usually, but we just pick random anime. We've done stuff. We've done Mobile Suit Gundam. We've done Sailor Moon. Recently, we did Hibike Euphonium. Just a bunch of stuff. So if you're all interested in anime, we just kind of basically two dorks talking about it.
That's terrific. I love it. That's cool.
Yeah,
I have to check that out. Anything else you want to plug while we got you?
I don't think I have anything else really. Just
Okay.
just hope to see everyone at CybFest.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. How about you, Matthew? Like I think you're on a couple different platforms, but if you want to let folks know where we can connect with you and catch up with you, that would be terrific.
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Tumblr at Palacios Works, Palacios Works, and yeah, but much like Nems, I'm always like, if I have something, I gotta like post it on each individual one. So yeah, I do mostly Transformer stuff, but also I post a lot of other like just comic art, a lot of like Japanese superhero stuff, so like Kamen Rider, Ultraman. I got some of that stuff going, and yeah, I haven't been posting too much lately because I've been busy with convention prep. So my commission info should be still pretty fresh at the top of the feed there.
Sweet. Very cool. Thanks for sharing that. How about you, Ryan King? Do you have a web presence? You're pretty prolific in some of the Facebook groups. I see you lurking there all the time.
Yeah, well, that's all I do. So no, I don't have any kind of handle or anything of @ really. But I am a moderator on a Facebook group, TF Artifacts. That's where you have G1 merch stuff like walkie-talkies, lunch boxes, kites, VHS tapes, beta tapes, all sorts of stuff on there. But it's just a Facebook group. So no, I'm a local guy that I come out of my rock for conventions. I go to CybFest with my wares, and then I hope I bring back a lot less than I brought. So yeah, nope, just a local guy that likes supporting the local community, helping out with CybFest, and seeing if we can drum up some business. Oh, that reminds me, Reno, you like Beast Wars Neo stuff? You said?
Yes, Beast Wars Neo and Beast Wars 2.
Do you like puzzles?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah. What do you mean?
You're fine with that. Well, I have, when I was over in Hong Kong, like in 99, 98, something like that, I brought back
Dang,
a
I
whole
was
bunch
born
of
in
Beast.
98.
Oh my god. Quiet. Know
that. Well, after I graduated college and went over to Hong Kong, yeah, I picked up some, a whole bunch of Beast Wars stuff that I've now sold at CybFest. The only Neo stuff I have left are a couple puzzles, Beast Wars 2 and a Beast War, I think, Neo puzzle. I'll have to go check. So if you're interested, come find me.
I'd love to look at that. I think
Yeah.
like the only Neo figure I have is Longrack because he's a giraffe. But yeah, I'd love to see those puzzles. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and thanks, World. Yeah, I still have a bunch of napkins, G1 party napkins left. So in case you need to wipe your face with 1984 nostalgia.
The vinyl hasn't broken down completely yet. It's a little supple, but it hasn't started to degrade yet.
Okay, it's like you can open up the packaging and breathe some of that 1984 air. So.
It's like, oh, this is what the people in the olden times used to breathe.
I still use a record player, vinyl.
Sure. So as World describes your thing, Ryan, incomprehensible Transformers merch, which I think is, I don't know if that's entirely fair, but remind me, I got to go buy a lot of tablecloths.
Well, here's the thing I've been toying with, and I probably won't do it, but talk about incomprehensible merch. Wait, I gotta go this way.
Yeah.
That is my friends and I, we collect like pre-production stuff, like I said.
Oh yeah, you were mentioning that earlier, I believe.
Yeah. And so this is actually a rendering of Megatron in Heavy Metal War, where he's fighting Optimus Prime. He turns into a jet, but they cut that scene, but they have the art for it. And so we found the original, or not the original, but copies of the original artist renderings of Megatron as a jet. So I was thinking, well, see if I can print that out and for $1, see if anyone cares.
Yeah.
So I might have some of that stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put that stuff together in some sort of presentable format, but yeah, so we'll see. But yes, find me at CybFest.
There you go. There you go. I love it. And I appreciate Ryan's humility, and he's just like, oh yeah, me and some of my friends, notorious Transformers archivist Jim Sorensen, my best good friend, but I'm not going to drop that guy's name, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I did a panel with him in TFCon Toronto, so that was fun. Jim Sorensen.
I know, and I missed it. I
Great
love that
guy.
dude. That is like one of my favorite dudes. I love that guy. Someone posted a Transformers windsock in that group the other day.
I'm not surprised that something like that.
It's over there somewhere. It's somewhere in that pile of merch stuff. I have a windsock.
Gotcha.
It's there somewhere, right by the raincoats, something like that. Anyway.
That is pretty terrific. I love it. Reno, how about you? Social medias, websites, any place where we can connect with you out on the internet, in addition to coming to see you at CybFest. And I should mention that, like, again, part of the reason why we're all here is like, come see us at CybFest, buy our stuff, buy their stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean all my social media stuff. I just Linktree/Renovarka. But my main places are Instagram and Twitter. So yeah, I mean I don't have any extra thing to promote. I've been wanting to actually do something with my YouTube channel, but it's like I have like phone footage on my phone, but it's like I'm too lazy to edit videos at the moment. But yeah, just Instagram and Twitter, and I have the same name across different platforms. Like I'm on Blue Sky, but it's like. And Tumblr, but it's like I don't really use those too often. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for that. And Jeremy, how about you? We know where you're at many Lego Formers. Where else can folks find you and connect with everything going on with all the stuff that you do?
So yeah, at Mini Lego Formers on Instagram. There is a YouTube page. I have like 2 videos. Unfortunately, that kind of fell apart due to a friend with some personal issues. But so kind of sad there. But he was gonna do 3D animations of all my Transformers, showing them transforming and stuff. And we started building a movie, video clip, whatever, based on that Triptychon Metroplex build. So there's the opening scene for that on there. But eventually I'll get around to doing some videos on my Transformers one of these days. I got a really nice camera and a great mic to record stuff with, and they both don't get used, except for this. Otherwise, you can find all my instructions for sale at legoformers.etsy.com. I'm lazy. I just use an Etsy page. It works. Instructions sell from like on average $3 to $5, depending on the complexity of the build. I will say that sometime in August, whatever's left over from CybFest that doesn't sell there will also be on the website. So that's how you found me. Okay.
I love it.
Sure. So yeah, I am always open to new ideas too. So if you go to my page, either one, and see something or don't see something that you really like, just shoot me a message. I'm always looking for new stuff to build. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I don't even bother with most of the time because it's a little more, it's not my thing, but people like it. Like I've got a whole bunch of Armada stuff designed that I made for one guy. Actually, I've been a month at it now trying to design Prime's trailer for Armada, and getting a trailer that actually fits a figure inside of it and turns into legs of the appropriate size. not easy when you're building at this scale. So that'll be a while still, I'm sure. But
Jason wants to talk about two Dinobots.
Dinobots are just Dinobots in different colors. So yeah, I'm all for that. Shoot me a message on either Instagram or on my Etsy page, and we'll talk. I mean, honestly, I'll take your money, but you could just buy the instructions and swap out the colors yourself. I'm not gonna lie on here, I mean, it's not simple, but I'll gladly do the work and take the 5 minutes it'll take me to do some color swaps, and sell them to you if you want. Obviously, at this point, it's a little late for me to get stuff for CybFest, but definitely, come check out what I have. And again, if you want something that you don't see there, I mean, most likely everybody's fairly local, so it's very easy for me to be like, give me a couple weeks and I'll get the parts in and we'll have it for you, and work out a deal with you. So I have this weird enjoyment of where I love building Lego in general. So ordering all the parts and putting stuff together is a lot of fun for me. And then I have nothing to do with it all because I don't have a whole lot of room. Those shelves that you can just see behind me are actually filled with either completed or half-filled Lego builds, or like just piles of parts, boxes from the pick a brick wall at Lego. And I mean, like, shit's everywhere. Pardon my language.
You're fine. Yeah.
All right. Stuff's everywhere in my apartment. It's ridiculous. Like, because I'm just always playing with stuff. A little bucket of Legos that sits in my lap when I'm watching TV. Like, what can I build now? So yeah, I am more than happy to take requests. And there's probably Transformers that I've never heard of because I'm an old guy and I grew up with G1 stuff, and that's what I always liked. And I mean, there's G1 characters that people are like, oh yeah, no, this is from the blah 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 series that was only released in Japan. I'm like,
sure.
You couldn't find that stuff here when I was a kid, so I know nothing about it. But although I do have a really fun Star Saber.
Awesome. Oh, nice. Very
cool. Actually, because of the size, it's all one piece. Although I suppose you could detach the little ship in the front, but he looks pretty cool.
Oh, there he is. I love it. Very, very nice.
So, I mean, I'm learning and expanding on some of the newer stuff or older stuff or less known stuff. And yeah, anything that I can build is always fun for me. So I'm always willing to be like, sure, let me do some research and I'll see what I can do.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. And speaking of playing around with stuff, like, Kenneth, I gotta tell you, it's been a delight for the last several minutes watching you go back and forth between playing with the dog and playing with the toys and playing with the dog and the toys. And it's like, I almost don't want to go to you because I just kind of want to watch you playing around with your toys. It's pretty fun, actually. But yeah, you want to let us know about Rekkar's Junk Emporium. You have a website, you got socials. Where can we find you?
So right now, Rekkar's Junk Emporium is partnered up with Infinite Iterations on Facebook. We partnered up together. We've sadly we're trying our best to keep it up, but as far as like if you guys have any commissions or like an easy place to get in contact with either one of us, we both keep an eye up on our messenger there. Infinite Iterations on Facebook is a great way to get in contact with me, or you can contact me personally through Facebook, same name. But again, the easiest place is Infinite Iterations. I don't have a social handle that I go through when making like customs like this. Like here's a custom Backstreet that I finished up with. A custom a legacy style Stinger from the AOE films. Yeah, and I guess the one that you saw me messing around with is one that I take a lot of pride and joy is
look at this guy.
Combiner Wars Nexus Prime.
Oh, nice. I was wondering what that was.
Pretty cool.
So.
Yeah, me too. I'm just like I don't know
Like
that
running through
code.
the gambit of characters, and I'm like, wait, I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm like,
one of the original 13.
Oh,
That's,
gotcha. I'm like,
yeah, Infinite Iterations is a great place to get over there. I post on Facebook, even though I get made fun of being an old man on Facebook, but you know.
who doesn't? I mean, who doesn't? Awesome. Well, we'll look forward to all of that and more coming up at CybFest Northwest. Again, that's going to be happening this Saturday, August 3rd at Kent Commons Community Center. That early bird special starts at 10 for those that have pre-registered. For the folks that have not, you could still show up at 11 o'clock for general admission. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a very special guest, Sue Blue. We've got the expanded dealer room. A couple other things I want to call out. Obviously, it's the return of the kids' play area, which is always fun. We have a coloring contest that we're doing this time. It's the return of Scotty's Bumblebee Camaro, which is always fun. The robotics team is back. Cast Iron Orcas is coming back to watch actual robots at our robot toy convention is a ton of fun. The transforming contest is back, where it's a tournament style contest where you get to keep the figure if you win. Pub style trivia, which we talked about earlier, and we're doing the inaugural CybFest Northwest sweep, which is kind of like a stamp rally for folks that have been to larger conventions before. Don't call it bingo, even though it's kind of like in a bingo style grid. But those of us as dealers, they'll be participating. We'll have the opportunity to have folks come and visit you and hopefully to check out your stuff and to buy your stuff. Which is kind of the reason why we're doing that, to kind of, now that we've expanded the dealer room, folks can just like, do a half a lap or get lost in the sauce. We want to make sure that folks coming to CybFest have the opportunity to experience the entire dealer room, because there's a lot of terrific dealers there, and we don't want anybody to get left behind there. So that's going to be a fun little game that we're going to be doing there. We've got some terrific panels. Our friends from Swerve's Bar are coming back to talk about their podcast and their homebrew D&D. We'll have an organizers roundtable to round out the show, where we're going to probably talk about some of those San Diego Comic-Con reveals. We're probably going to chat with Alex Gobb, Blue Forge, a bit behind the making of the exclusive figure Carbot Darcy, and as well as just open chat with us, the organization team. Reps from Paramount will be on hand to hand out some Transformers 1 mini posters, and I think we'll be rolling a new trailer as well. TBD. Well, we'll at the very least we'll be rolling whatever the current trailer is for a presentation there in the panel room. And of course, everybody's favorite to close out the show is the raffle, where it's just going to get buck wild. There's going to be people like, helicoptering, waving shirts over their heads, and it's going to get wild. It's a lot of people's favorite thing about CybFest. So that's all of that and more is coming up this Saturday, August 3rd at the Kent Commons Community Center for CybFest Northwest 2024. Been doing it 11 years, and I think we should do it a few more because folks seem to like it. I don't know. Thumbs up from Ryan King. Well, friends, before we part ways for now, I know we talked a lot about individually as well as in groups, but is there anything that anybody else would like to promote or talk about, just to make sure that everybody has time, and want to make sure that everybody has, just in case there was something that got missed? Last call for alcohol. I see no hands waved, so I think that means we got everybody.
So yeah, no, I mean, I'll take this moment.
Sure.
I mentioned it before, just because more Lego stuff is always fun.
Of course.
Coming up in September on the 7th and 8th is BrickCon 2024. BrickCon is our big Lego convention. It'll be over in Bellevue at the Maidenbauer. It's huge. If you have any interest in Lego at all, any theme, anything you can imagine is probably on display there. It's all original creations by the people that are presenting it. These aren't sets that you'd buy in a normal store, although a lot of us do sell instructions for our builds. But some of the stuff is just absolutely amazing. I've seen 7-foot tall castles that are 20 feet wide, and just huge, ridiculous, over the top displays of stuff. It's so much fun. It's so amazing if you like Lego, and especially if you're into other nerdy stuff like Star Wars or Transformers or whatever. It's there. It's probably there. And it's just a really good time. I will say, if you're interested, buy tickets now because it generally always sells out. I know last year, I want to say it was about 15,000 people over the 2 days, somewhere around there. And the Maidenbauer Center, if you haven't been, is big, and we fill it between people like myself putting stuff out on display. And then there's dozens of vendors that are selling all kinds of unique Lego stuff, custom like minifigures and light sets and everything, along with like sets that you can't buy in the store anymore. And it's just Lego craziness, and it's a lot of fun. And yeah, and that's fun.
I love it. That sounds great. Well, friends, I think we're about out of time, so I guess let's we'll call it here for now. If there's nothing else, and that will first of all, thank you all of you for joining me tonight. This was a lot of fun. I hope everybody had fun as well. And please make sure and come and find us at CybFest Northwest. And again, that's coming up this Saturday, August the 3rd at the Kent Commons Community Center. The website is cybfestnw.com, and that will wrap things up for this very special episode and our dealer spotlight on CybFest Northwest 2024. Thank you so much for listening and for hanging out with us and for watching. If you want to listen to my podcast, Mike Cybert Radio, you can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, or wherever the hell else you listen to your podcast. You can also check out my other show, Two Mikes, Two Furious Animated Transformers, where we're watching Transformers animated one episode at a time. We are this close to wrapping up season 2, so we're really excited about that. That has been so fun. But for now, like, share, or rate and review. Let us know what you'd like to hear more of in the future. For my guests, Jeremy, Kenneth, Reno, Ryan, Matthew, and Nems, my name is Mike. This has been Mike Cybert Radio. And until next time, tell all or one, make good choices. We'll see you at CybFest. Ooh. Bye. Oh, I love all the gaming. And yes, and Kenneth biting his dog's leg. All right. Good night, friends.
Night.